Calories, the bane of our existence. You ever wonder who came up with that? When they came up with that? Why they came up with that? And what is the science behind it? I wondered about it. I looked into it. It's a little bit of weird and a whole lot of stupid. Something I think we need to talk about here on the Carnivore Science Channel. So if we're going to talk about calories, we're going to have to talk about something called a bomb calorimeter. And if you don't know what a bomb calorimeter is, you're not alone. Most people don't. But a bomb calorimeter, first and foremost, is not a human being. That's the first message I want to get across. And then I'll tell you what a bomb calorimeter is. So a bomb calorimeter is an instrument that measures the heat of combustion, referred to as calorific value. Sounds kind of odd, but of the solid or liquid fuel, foodstuff, and other combustible material that's being measured. This kind of device is used in the food industry widely and has been for quite some time. So when you go back and you start looking at where all of this technology came from, it's a little bit shocking. In 1878, Paul Viel, I believe is the way his name is pronounced. I don't speak French, so forgive me if I've mispronounced it. But he lived from 1854 to 1934, and he developed the first bomb calorimeter, which was used for measuring heats of explosion at the French Service of Explosions in Paris. For many years, the use of the bomb was limited on studies of carbon-hydrogen oxygen mixtures and then those mixtures with nitrogen compounds, and could not be used to study anything which had sulfur or halogens. It was not until the use of the moving bomb technique in 1933 that these substances could be studied. The calorific value, or heat of combustion, of a sample may be broadly defined as the number of heat units liberated by a unit mass of a sample when burned with oxygen in an enclosure of constant volume. In this reaction, the sample and the oxygen are initially at the same temperature, and the products of combustion are cooled to within a few degrees of the initial temperature. Also, the water vapor formed by the combustion is condensed to the liquid state. Thus, the term calorific value, or heat of combustion, as measured in a bomb calorimeter, denotes the heat liberated by the combustion of all carbon and hydrogen with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water, including the heat liberated by the oxidation of other elements such as sulfur, which may be present in the sample. Nerd talk, I know. Okay, so given that background, what we have after all of that is the heat energy measured in a bomb calorimeter may be expressed as either a calorie, a British thermal unit, or a joules, with the International Steam Table calorie as a basic unit in the system. 1 calorie equals 4.1868 absolute joules and is roughly equivalent to the heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water 1 degree Celsius at 15 degrees C. The British thermal unit equals 251.996 calories and is roughly equivalent to the heat energy required to raise 1 pound of water 1 degree Fahrenheit at 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So why have I bored the snot out of you with all this sciencey gobbledygook? Well, there's a good reason for it. Meet Wilbur Olin Atwater. He lived from May 3rd, 1844 to September 22nd, 1907. Here he is in his USDA portrait. This is foreshadowing. Just saying. Here's where it starts to get good. Wilbur Atwater was an American chemist known for his studies of human nutrition and metabolism. He's considered the father of modern nutrition research and education. He is credited with the Atwater system, which laid the groundwork for nutritional science in the United States. Atwater's research focused on the development of methods to understand how humans and animals utilize ingested nutrients. In 1892, following his experience with this technology in German laboratories, he and his partner, E.B. Rosa, built the first American respiration calorimeter, an instrument capable of accurate measurement of energy and material balances in a human being, establishing that the first law of thermodynamics was applicable to humans. I have a problem with that statement. I just wanted to stick that in there. Atwater's associate, G. Benedict, laid the foundations for application of respiration relationships to the understanding of basal metabolism in human beings. And here's where it gets a little juicy. In 1893, Atwater and the USDA formed a permanent relationship by developing the Cooperative State Research Service and then subsequently the Agricultural Research Service. The introduction of the respirator calorimeter represented a huge shift in the field of nutritional science. The construction of this respiration calorimeter at Wesleyan University was one of the earliest references to pork barrel science. And for those who don't know, the origins of the term pork barrel is the use of the phrase pork barrel to describe dubious government spending dates all the way back to 1863. There was a story called The Children of the Public back then by Edward Everett Hale, and he coined the term to describe big government spending, like wasteful spending. So yeah, they've been wasting our money since that forever, essentially. Over time, pork barrel spending came to be known as excessive expenditures on bloated government projects pushed through by Congress for the benefit of their home districts and or their own political gain. But the literal meaning, this is interesting, the literal meaning originally from the early 1700s refers to, like, prior to refrigeration, pork was salted and stored in bulk, like huge, huge barrels. So it kind of makes sense how when people would swipe meat from the big pork barrel, it translates over to all the politicians stealing all of our tax dollars for stupid crap. So makes sense. It's good to know where these things came from. It's very important to know. If you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going. And here is where things should sound very familiar. Atwater's method of estimating calories assumes that 1 gram of protein contains 4 calories, 1 gram of carbohydrate contains 4 calories, no matter what it is, doesn't matter what it is, and that 1 gram of fat contains 9 calories. Remember, fat bad, fat bad, bad fat. Oh, in beverages or foods containing alcohol, it's assumed that each gram of alcohol provides 7 calories. Easy peasy. And just like that, the calorie myth was born. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a chemist and I do believe in the law of thermodynamics. I believe in all of that. However, the problem I have with this is that to say that biological human processes and their need for sustenance and the breakdown of food into energy and byproducts is the same as burning some shit, some random whatever. It's like that is not at all logical, because what you're saying, kind of, this is sort of, is that this is supposed to be equal to the human organism, which is extremely sophisticated, like beyond measure sophisticated. That's ridiculous. I mean, think about it. If you want to burn some trash, you just need a match and a bag of garbage, right? The idea that a human consuming food for nutrition and fuel is the same as burning something in a bomb calorimeter is ridiculous. The reason being is that there are so many complex systems in the human body that need the proper nutrition in order for you to be a healthy person. And it is so complicated. Hormones alone will just make your head spin when you start doing a deep dive into those. But all of these systems interact with whatever it is that you're feeding yourself. And the idea that it's just that simple as Atwater's system is ludicrous. Human beings are not bomb calorimeters. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it to be useful. I feel like it's important for us to understand everything that came before that put us in the position we are in now with nutrition in this country. If we don't understand the mistakes that have been made, we won't be able to fix them in the future, and we're just doomed to keep repeating ourselves. I'm going to do more videos on carnivore and ketosis in particular. I've had a great interest in that recently. And also my carniversary, I guess that's what you call it, is coming up on Thanksgiving. So I will be doing a carnivore journey video. So again, thank you for tuning in, and if you could like and subscribe, that would be great. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I guess I'll see you later. Bye.